One more time.
Yes, once again into the abyss.
Well, we watched the original.
Yeah.
And, of course, this is the Criterion Collection, which is probably the best you're going to get out of, the original experience.
Yeah. And,
it's still a classic.
Yeah. And is it just me, or does it seem like the original seems to have a...
most layers?
Yeah, and a slightly just as dark tone as the Americanized version, if not slightly darker.
Well, that's what they really wanted to keep the integrity of the film.
Yeah.
But although the way they made it slightly push more towards the the stereotypical radioactive monster.
Yeah.
But I mean, this started something. This started a huge other monsters popping up.
Yep.
And they rushed and made a sequel really quickly. But this movie was made in 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months.
And for something that was made in that short of a time frame,
it really holds up.
Yeah, it is incredibly impressive. I mean, there are a couple of scenes where, things don't add up, but for the most part.
Couple of scenes? What do you mean?
When we were watching it the other night, I noticed there were a couple of moments where you could see Godzilla step down, and there's like this black outline between him and what he's stepping on.
Oh, yeah, there was a little bit, but he was a black color, so.
Yeah.
That's passable.
Yeah.
Plus, I think if they had like some crack lines, it probably would have looked better, but then it also would have looked fake.
Yeah.
But I still like King of the Monsters as it's a great title.
Yeah.
I mean, King Kong, an eighth wonder of the world. Gamera Guard of the Universe, or the Invincible.
Yeah. And Godzilla has King of the Monsters, and
he holds up that title pretty dang well. No other monster has this many movies.
Yeah, he's held that title for 50-odd years.
60 years.
Yeah.
60 years next November, I think.
Ah.
He's freaking old.
Yeah, ancient as hell and still going strong.
Yeah. But with this new movie coming out,
yeah,
it looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, it definitely seems to go back to the original tone.
The original tone, and they pull some different stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Like, apparently the nuclear tests were meant to destroy him.
And instead they just made him bigger.
Just made him stronger. And so they made monsters of their own.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see those fights.
Although they've already revealed what one of the monsters is going to look like anyway.
Yeah. And
Don't you, Bandai?
Yeah, it looks like the bastard child of frickin'. Like I was saying, it's like the new monster looks like some weird bastard child of J.J. Abrams and the Cloverfield monster.
With RoboCop's colors?
Yeah.
The newer RoboCop, at least.
Yeah.
The thing is, with Godzilla, they've never done a remake. It's always like a continuation. It's never it's a reboot remake. Not something like that along those lines.
They're more like reboots of the franchise rather than a full-blown remake.
Yeah, because I don't think you can remake the original. There's just almost no way. People have tried.
You can't. People have tried, and thankfully they failed because, well...
Yeah. A lot of other countries try to create their own Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like Young Gary, Reptilicus...
You got Gary, you got Reptilicus,
Gorgo,
Pogosai.
It's kind of bad. Costumes are great.
Yeah.
The monster costume isn't all that good. And I think everything's against the backdrop.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Godzilla's the only one who's Godzilla and Gamera are the only one who's kind of stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Along with King Kong, but that's a different story altogether. And when they announced a new Gamera film, that's going to be interesting. Although, when I heard that, I'm like, Gamera, you had to spoil it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Couldn't leave well enough alone.
It's like, no.
I mean, I think the last movie kind of tanked, I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
But.
Although, I'm a diehard fan of Godzilla.
Yeah, but then again.
He's a stranger in a strange land.
Yeah, and, you know, I like what they're doing with this new one, how it seems it's less of, oh, Godzilla's less of this, you know, man-made monster and more of a force of nature.
Yeah.
Which is, you know...
Well, not a force of nature. He's more of a victim.
Yeah.
He's treated like a force of nature, but he's really a victim of the of nuclear tests.
Yeah. He's a victim of man's stupidity and...
Man's arm race.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's talk about the comparison between King Kong and Godzilla for a moment. There's a lot of comparison.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, when Godzilla first, you first see Godzilla, he's... In King Kong, we hear, they ring a gong and he shows up.
Yeah.
In Godzilla, he starts ringing that bell and he shows up. Well, he's not shows up, he's like, hey, he's over there.
Yeah, that was the
Lets
first
you notice, paid attention.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like just King Kong on a really bigger scale.
To a certain degree, I mean...
Well, I mean, King Kong wrecked some of the city.
Yeah.
And
King Kong wrecked some of the city and climbed up the Empire State Building.
Yeah, but not before, like, wrecking the subway or
Yeah.
the train, the trolley or whatever.
The
And
theater.
The theater. And a couple of buildings, throwing some people off the building. Or wrecking the entire village.
Yeah.
He's got some there.
Yeah, he got a decent bit of destruction.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think I could take King Kong seriously as a path of destruction because it just wouldn't be,
Right. King Kong...
He doesn't attack unless provoked.
King Kong was closer to a...
Animal.
Yeah, an animal that was kidnapped.
Or taken out of its cage or whatever.
Taken out of its environment and thrown into ours.
Yeah.
Godzilla's
kind of the same way because he was a dinosaur, irradiated.
Yeah.
He couldn't fit on the island anymore.
But the big difference here is no one, thankfully, at least in this film, tries to directly capture him.
Well, Yamane wants to.
Well,
he wanted to study it.
I know he wanted to, but what I mean is, you don't see him out there with like a net gun going,
yeah,
I can do it!
One of the best lines from the English dub is, you have your fear, when he's talking to Serizawa, is, you have your fear, which may become reality, and you have Godzilla, which is reality.
Yeah.
That's a really good quote.
That's an awesome line.
Yeah, and it kind of rings true. But how they're killed is kind of different. They do both die.
Yeah.
But in both films, you do feel sorry that he's dead.
Yeah, in a way.
I mean, I never cried when King Kong died, but I did feel sad.
Yeah, I felt sad later on in the later films when Godzilla died, but with that first death, Godzilla to me was, kind of the villain of the movie, so...
Kind of, but...
It's like...
Well, then again, in a lot of movies, you really don't know why they're attacking.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only one where Godzilla died in that way. I kind of felt sorry for the scientists who did.
Yeah, but you really don't question that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they both died with their weapons, essentially. I mean... It's kind of a paradigm. If the guy who created the H-bomb knew it created Godzilla, he probably would have felt the same way as Serizawa.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the things they were trying to go for. Is shifts.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know, it's
difference of perspective.
Yeah, difference of perspective. But although I don't remember who invented the H bomb to begin with, and I really don't think they could have gotten him for this movie.
If I remember correctly, I think it was Einstein. And a few others.
That might have been the yeah. Yeah, kind of weird.
Yeah. But, you know, the original Godzilla is one of those original films that manages to stand the test of time, stick out, and still be good even now. I mean, whereas with some movies, you look at the originals later and go,
now
oh god, that was bad.
Now all the monster movies are just cheap knockoff sideshows on
Sci-Fi Channel.
That's all they are nowadays.